Welcome to this easy to understand and comprehensive tutorial on how to create and display tables onto the price action zone.
Please proceed, if you agree to the terms of use.
You can make your Pine Script code display tables onto the price action zone, which are informative and make the chart look nice. Shown on the screen are some examples. I'll explain to you step by step how to create these cool tables. The characteristics of tables are quite complex, but there are 5 main characteristics that you should bear in mind. They are listed on the screen. 1. Tables stay in the same position even when you move the price action left, right, or zoom in out. 2. There can be up to 9 tables, 1 in each of 9 positions. The maximum number of tables depends on the sizes of the tables. 3. The table.new statement creates an invisible and empty table. To display it, you have to use a table.sell statement. 4. Tables can be displayed in the price action chart, or they can be in the indicator or strategy panel. Stay tuned, and I'll explain tables in detail. Shown on the screen is the code I made, which outputs 3 one-cell tables on the screen. Notice that I have declared it as an indicator that is not as a strategy, and the overlay is false. Please take a moment to inspect the code. Notice these plot statements which I have included. They simply plot the MACD lines. Now let me add the code to the chart and see what happens. The 3 one-cell tables are displayed in the indicator panel such that they do not hide any of the price action line. This is one mode. Next, I'll show to you when I'll display the tables in the main price action zone. Now see what happens when I change the overlay to true. Voila! The 3 one-cell tables have appeared within the price action zone this time. 1 each at the upper right corner, at the center, and at the bottom center. Now let me create a table with 12 columns and 21 rows. Please look at the table on the right side of the screen. This is the table I'm going to create. The top row contains the header at the table. Each of the lower 20 rows contains a pair of EMA period and EMA value. Now look at the old-fashioned flowchart on the left that explains the logic or algorithm of my code. On the screen is the source code. You can pause the video and have a look if you wish. Please watch my cursor as I fast forward quickly through the code. This code is executed at each bar, except the 2 table.sell statement which actually write to the table cells. They are only executed in the last bar. The reason why this code logic is quite convoluted is because it seems that in Tradingview, each succeeding EMA calculation in a new bar is dependent on the EMA calculation in the preceding bar. Thus, all 20 EMAs have to be recalculated at each bar, although only those of the last bar is written into the table. Now let me load the code to the chart and see what happens. Voila! The table has appeared on the right-hand side. In some cases, it is preferable to store the values into an array or arrays before transferring them into a table. I'll show you how to store values into arrays that are shown in 2 different tables at different points of time, that is, at different bars. Note, I created this strategy code by modifying the Chaikin oscillators code, which I downloaded from Tradingview. Shown on the screen is what the code does. First, I store the buy and sell prices and the profit and losses into 3 different arrays. At the end of each year, I copy the array contents to the tables, and I display the tables. On the screen is the first part of the code that I made. It has explanations of what each parts of the code does. It is followed by 3 other screens that contains the rest of the code. Feel free to pause the video and study the code if you wish. Now, let us see what happens when we load the code into the chart. You can see the table for the first year on the left side of the strategy panel. And you can see the second year's table on the right side, also within the strategy panel. Next, let me change the overlay to true. Let's see what happens when we load this code. The 2 tables are now displayed in the price action zone. Let's see the results for a number of different companies. You can see that the tables sometimes hide the price action. This is why I prefer displaying tables in the strategy panel. If part of it is not visible, I move the border up so the rest of the table is revealed, as I have demonstrated. Note: this code buys throughout the year and sells all at the end of the year. Consequently, it is profitable if the year-end price is greater than the totality of the buys, and vice versa. This code need more fine-tuning so as to reduce potential losses. This is not covered in this tutorial, but you can modify the code to do so if you wish. By assigning different colors and opacities to its cells, a table can act like a heat map. The following example was taken from the Pine Script user manual. Thanks for watching. Have fun.